Greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is me, the Ravenous Spectre, and this is a video that I've actually kind of been wanting to make for a while, but I really haven't. And I kind of really started to step back and think, what are some other interesting videos that I could put out? So I just kind of started to go over some things in my head, and I came to a point where I was like, you know what? I haven't talked about why, well, I guess why I like trophies and achievements and all that, you know, on PC, on 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 Steam, on PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, you know. Everybody has their own thoughts and opinions on it. This is just something interesting that I wanted to just give my opinion on. And to be quite honest, I mean, I'm not a trophy or achievement whore, nothing like that, but I do like them. I think they give reason to go back and replay through a game because basically what trophies and achievements are nowadays is kind of like the way it was back in the 80s and the 90s when you would go to an arcade and say if you were in a fighting game or if you were in one of those side-scrolling beat-em-ups or something like that, and you actually put in your initials and your name was on a high scoreboard, you're like, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm above everybody else, you know, so that makes me the king of this arcade cabinet or whatever the case may be. You know, it's kind of, in a way, it could be taken as being bragging rights when it comes to trophies and achievements. But, I mean, I'm not a person who goes and completes an entire list. I've never done anything like that. It's honestly never interested me. If there's something about the trophies or achievements that interest me, I'm like, yeah, I think I'll go for that one. Or, you know, people can check this one out because, in a way, it also brings about an interesting social atmosphere dealing with friends and whatnot when you're talking about different trophies and achievements that you acquire. And you may have actually gotten those in a different way. Granted, yeah, there's certain things that you have to do for certain achievements or trophies, but the deal is that maybe there was something, a certain way that you went around it and did it that somebody else didn't, kind of like that. And so I've always been a person where I'm like, okay, if this is a game that I really like, then I'm just going to go through the game, and if I feel like I want to go back through it again for certain trophies or whatever, then so be it, because yay for internet points. You know, it's not like it really means anything, but I've always thought, yeah, it would be really cool if Sony or Microsoft or, say, Steam ended up having where you could actually trade in certain trophies or achievements to be able to acquire something with, like I don't know, you know, free games or discounts or subscription services, like, say, specifically with Microsoft and Sony with Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus and like that, get a certain amount of months free or a year free or whatever the case may be, or, like I said before, free games or discounts, whatever you want to say. And, like, for example, right now with me playing Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm not planning on 100%ing it, like, in terms of the trophy list, but everything that I see in the game that really interests me to do, I'm going to do it, and if I happen to pop a trophy, then I pop a trophy. You know, that sounded kind of weird. But pop a trophy, pop a cork, pop your foot right in somebody's ass. But, anyways, what's your whole guys' thoughts about trophies and achievements and all that? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Are you a trophy or an achievement whore? Is that one of the things you really go for in games? Or do you just kind of, and I know my camera's kind of low here and I'm kind of going down to get up there because, damn it, let me move this fucker. Damn it! Well, at least that's a little bit better. You know, it's not cutting all of my head off, so to speak. But anyways, yeah. Sorry about that. But I actually had a guy that I used to know who used to be a really big trophy whore, and he would always try to go for trophies and things like that. He and I used to be friends, and, you know, that faded away, and long story, but whatever. But the thing is now when because I'm like one of some of those people who actually will go and look at the trophy list and see what it is and see if there's something interesting out of it that I want to pull out of it. There's even some humorous ones as well, and you're just like, wow, they actually want to give you a trophy for this, you know? So, so, you know, it's like, well, maybe it'll be easy to achieve, maybe it'll be difficult to achieve, whatever the case may be. But it's weird because, like, some of the things that they end up asking from you is, you would think, that just coming from a strictly PlayStation perspective when it comes to trophies, you're looking at it, you're like, I think that trophy should actually be a gold trophy or a silver trophy, not a bronze one, because there's like an assload of bronze trophies, you know. And of course, you got your golds and your silvers and your platinum. The only way you get the platinum is if you get every trophy in the game, to my knowledge. But yeah. I don't think that'll happen with me with Horizon. I've got quite a few actually, and that's just me playing through the game. That's not me specifically trying to pick something out and go for it or nothing like that. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to play it, and if something happens, and something happens, so on and so forth. But it's really interesting to just kind of sit back and discuss these things with friends. Like, hey, I got this trophy, or I got this achievement, and the person was like, oh, I didn't know about that, or how did you get this? How did you manage this? I've tried to get this, but I couldn't. I need help getting it. You know, things like that. Basically, that's what trophies and achievements to me really are. It's just the fact of it being a whole social deal. It's just like it was back in the 80s and 90s when you're huddled around an arcade cabinet and you're putting in your initials for whatever high score you got, and you're discussing your strategies and or whatever it is that how you managed to get that specific score or what have you. And it's just like it's really been brought to the home market now with consoles and PC and whatnot. Like, hey, you've achieved... Now, some of them are really simple, you know, like, oh, you finished this story chapter, oh, you got this character, or whatever the case may be, you know, just gradually going through the game, just like you would playing it regularly, but specifically going out of your way to achieve certain ones, or them just happening randomly, is a really interesting and cool feeling, because if you're taking the time to go and find them, it's like, wow, this game really does have me, and it really does give me reason to go back and replay through it. And actually, trophies and achievements also give that feeling of you being able to go out and explore something in a game that you never thought that you would before. It's actually, I think it's actually putting that, I feel like it's actually putting that in your mind where, hey, I'm going to go and check this out, or I'm going to see what happens with this. And you could end up probably having a completely different playing experience with you replaying whatever section it is, or if you're replaying the game, that you never really would have beforehand because of this specific achievement or trophy. I've had that happen to me before. It was actually really interesting, and I got some, you know, I had some good times out of doing that, for sure. If there's specific ones that I'll go for, but ultimately it's not like I'm going to just platinum every freaking game. I can't do that. I cannot do that. God bless those who can, but I cannot do that. I really can't. I think I probably only have maybe 1 or 2 platinums, and I think that those are from Telltale games. So if that tells you anything right there, there you go. You know, just making different choices and going throughout the game, since, you know, the Telltale games are mainly story driven. So yeah, I think I've only got like maybe 1 or 2, something like that. I got an ass load of bronze, you know, and I think how it really goes for me is I think I've got like practically the way that it shows up on the screen, the way in the order that it's supposed to be, where it gets going from bronze to silver to gold to platinum. Just a lot of bronze, some gold, a little bit of silver. No, damn it. A lot of bronze, a little bit of silver, a teeny bit of gold, and the most microscopic amount of platinum that I can have, I suppose. But anyways, yeah, I mean, as of this video, I'm actually almost level 19 in terms of my trophy level. But, you know, it's just internet points. It's just the fact of being able to discuss stuff like that and share pictures online with people and on Facebook and social media and things like that with your friends, and pictures and trophies and all of that. So that's the real thing that really came out to me when it comes to dealing with trophies and achievements. Some people don't like it, some people hate it, and I mean, I can understand that, but you know, that's also, I mean, I don't know from the Microsoft perspective, but at least from the Sony side of things, or I don't even know if it happens on PC, you have the ability where you can turn off it showing any notification at all of you receiving a trophy, and you just receive it. You know, you just get it when you're going through the game. But I like being able to feel that sense of achievement, you know, being able to see that pop up, and I'm like, wow, yeah, that's really awesome, because I like being able to sync my trophies. I like being able for my friends and whatnot to check them out, and I go and check theirs out, you know, and like their activities and all of that. So that's one of the real things that I really get out of it. One of the things that I kind of wish would really happen is with Nintendo. I really wish Nintendo would kind of adopt this, because, I mean, honestly, like with the Switch already, they've already adopted being able to, well, I think they might have done it with the Wii U, I'm not sure. But they've done it with a Switch where you can take photos in game and you can share them online, like Facebook and other social media sites, I suppose, things like that. You know, and I've shared some of the pictures, the photos on the freaking Switch online, you know, with friends of mine. I've shared them, and I'm like, yeah, this is something that Sony and Microsoft were doing. I think Microsoft is doing it. I know Sony's doing it. I know you can do it on PC as well. I don't know. I really don't know if Xbox does it or not. You know, correct me on that if I'm wrong. I'm honestly not sure, though, because I rarely play Xbox One. But, yeah, it's... I really do wish that Nintendo would kind of have that, because the thing is in their games, like some of their games they put out, they have where there's specific things that you can earn, and it'll show it in the game. Like, say, for example, like with Kirby's Triple Deluxe. When you end up, I guess, completing a certain percentage or completing a world or a level or whatever, you end up getting like little trinkets or keychains. It's like, that's cool and all, but what about if there was a way for there to be actual notifications or something where you could share them online with people, and like, because it seems like the consoles are pretty much the same, you know, streaming and sharing and pit photos and all of that or whatever, which it doesn't bother me at all. That bothers some people, like, oh, well, I wish every console would be able to have its own specific thing, you know, so it wouldn't just be everything is the same. But honestly, I don't really care. You know, as long as they're bringing out great games, that's all I care about. I mean, seriously, if all three consoles were exactly the same, not really in terms of power, because Nintendo believes more in games than power, if all of them were all the same, I really wouldn't care, honestly. As long as they bring out great games, that's the main thing that really gets to me. And that's one thing that I really think would be great. I really wonder if Nintendo might patch something like that in, because I believe Sony, when the PS3 was out, went and patched that in. I believe some couple years or something, maybe into the PS3's life cycle. I don't really know the time frame or nothing like that, but I thought to myself, that'd be really cool if Nintendo could do that. Bring out, you know, don't call it trophies or achievements, obviously. Call it, like, I don't know. It's just like they did in some of their games where you would earn, like, stickers or buttons or trinkets or something like that. Be like, you earned this sticker, but, or trinket, or keychain, or you know, butt plug, or what the hell ever. Whatever you want to do, man. Whatever you want to do. It would be honest. It would be awesome if, well, it would be honestly awesome. Let's just put both of those words together. It would be honestly awesome if Nintendo was able to do something like that. And to me, that seems like maybe it would also give some incentive for other gamers to go back and play through it, as well as me to go back and play through certain games. It's just something interesting and something cool. Because games are meant to just be fun. They're meant for entertainment. They're not a way of life. You shouldn't be trying to take an ice pick and trying to attack somebody with it because they don't like your specific platform, or they don't like this, they don't like that. Just, oh, the world is insane. It really is. It's freaking insane. But I think that would be really cool. And I think, to me, it would kind of bring a whole new sense of social atmosphere to Nintendo if they ended up bringing something like this to their platform. You know, everybody's going to have their opinions on it. Either they're going to agree with it or they're not going to agree with it. You know, I mean, but, you know, it is what it is. But I just think that it would be really cool, because if they're already doing it in games themselves with achievements that you acquire, if they're already doing it in game, which they've been doing it like that, I think, for a long time, this year, stuff you earn in the game. But if they're doing it now with the 3DS especially, and also like they did on the Wii U, to be able to do that with a Switch but make it more social media-ized, or if you what have you, like with what Sony and Microsoft have done, that would be pretty cool. I just think that would be really cool. But anyways, I've rambled on enough about this. I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts and whole thing about trophies and achievements and all that. And I actually checked to see if I made a video like that, and I looked through all the videos I made, and I don't believe that I made anything like that at all. But anyways, just leave me comments down below if you guys want to have a discussion. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I would definitely catch you guys in the next video. So, later, taters.